review on Angie's List from Bridget Bell. And I'm going to have Anna read it. Just the part that she reads about stuff.
You know your motivation.
You can take a moment. We are so happy with the interior paint job done by Shearer Painting. It is clear that John loves what he does and cares about providing great service and the highest quality of work. The job was started and finished on time. The painters were friendly and professional, and our house looks amazing. Would highly recommend this company.
That was Blanca's job.
Yeah.
Good job, Blanca.
Cool.
Carl, can you read this one? This is from Adam Nathan in Mount Baker. And we painted his house in January. You might need to scroll through that a little bit.
My family was moving into a new home in the Mount Baker neighborhood in Seattle. We had a fairly tight timeline to get a number of rooms painted between the time the previous owners left and we moved in. One of our major concerns was not having the movers arrive with the home in mid-paint and nowhere to put our things. This concern was significant enough that we nearly did not elect to do the work. But John and his crew worked with us to make sure that we could divide up the painting of the 4 rooms in such a way as to make sure we could cut scope as needed, if needed. We also had questions about the selection of colors that we were using for the rooms. There were questions around wallpaper, surfaces that needed special treatment, and so on. We needed quality work, consulting on our choices, and project management that would prevent moving day from becoming a disaster. First of all, the work came out beautifully. The prep work was thorough, the colors looked great, aesthetically the job was really tight. The schedule and project management was carefully overseen by the owner, John, and everything was ready for our moving day, and the communication we needed was always there, not always a given with contractors. John's personal concern and enthusiasm for our project was a delight. He knows his stuff. He has great ideas to share on color and surface prep. His team was friendly and helpful describing their work and pleasant to be around. 2 other items of note that would be helpful for me if I was evaluating his company. There was a confusion around the estimate that could in good faith be understood in 2 different ways. We were surprised when we got the bill that something was $340 more than we'd expected. Because we both understood the confusion, I originally offered to just split the difference. But John came back and said no, that he'd feel better if he picked up the whole difference. We will absolutely use his company again. We were thrilled with the work, the professionalism, the management of the billing, and the enthusiasm for the job. Great work, great job.
Evan, I'm going to have you read the review from John Adams. It was for Ann and John Adams. They're both architects at Stuart Silk, and we painted their house interior in January in Laurelhurst.
We needed to get the interiors of our living room walls, ceilings, and exposed beams repainted. This work also included a good deal of complicated window trim and repair of a damaged wood column. Finally, they had to continue to paint on the exterior as our beams go from the inside to the outside of the roof. Andy came out and gave a thoughtful estimate of the whole job. The first task was to repair the column, which was pretty tricky since the entire column had warped over the last 50 years. Justin did a very careful job of making it look square again, even though he did pretty complicated geometry job. When it took Justin a little longer than he had estimated, we were happy to split the additional cost with Shearer because they did so well. The painting crew lead, Gabriel, showed up next, and I have to tell you, they were prompt, clean, and thorough. They took the time to make sure they got the complete coverage, and we did not find any spots that required touch-ups or a redo. My wife and I are both architects, and usually we walk through a paint job and we see spots that got missed or even missing surfaces. But not this time. Shearer Painting is a class act and top-notch painter.
Thank you, Evan. Omar, I'm going to have you read a review from Liffey Franklin.
Shearer Painting did a magnificent job cleaning, prepping, repairing, and rebuilding failing trim, and repainting the exterior of our 1913 home, plus priming and painting the new fence around our yard. The house is large. The house is large with intricate nooks, crannies, peaks, and gables. There are 3 stories, and much of the work had to be done from 40-foot ladders. Once John's crew started scraping and testing the surfaces, we discovered several seriously decayed corbels 50 feet above the sidewalks. These were all custom pieces, and replacements had to be handcrafted. The same was true of our entire second-story porch railing, some of the fascia, and several exterior rafter tails. This sounds like we hired Shearer for their carpentry, but actually I hired them first for their painting expertise, having admired several jobs Shearer had completed in our neighborhood.